The one happened 5 years ago. Super recent. She's a psycho. So insanely distorted that made her victims believe she's the Messiah. Rebecca. 34-year-old. Beautiful dark hair, slim-shaped model. Got the eye of the agencies when she was just 17. Stunning looks. Soon she got to social media and made a brand for herself. But she dived into coaching and spiritual healing. Those kind of shenanigans divorced people looked for. She became famous. People used to tell us that she's a healer that took them out of miserable life, just dump. But for Rebecca, coaching wasn't enough. She started hiring people to assist with her day. A day that would consist in the beginning on doing her chores. Rebecca would control the money, making their victims think it was because they lived with her. She covered the expenses and all. All of a sudden, she started doing rituals on her home. Healing rituals of God, she would post about on YouTube. The ritual was a damn orgy. She would post cuts of those rituals, usually the beginning minutes on YouTube and other websites. But to find the whole thing, you needed to subscribe to her website for $20. During the investigation, we found out that the website had the full healing process she was selling. But what I saw, that got engraved in my mind in a way I just cannot unsee. The ritual would begin with singing, praying, firing up some scents. Normal hippie stuff. But they would take a turn. People would pour what they call holy tears into them. Bottles and more bottles of oil. They would strip down her command and start doing sexual activities. Stuff so raw and inhuman that singing it made me puke. Young girls being touched by their parents. Young boys having their genitals tortured. Women getting strapped and used, and men being animals. Rebecca would hit them up with a whip if they did not abide to her command. One of the victims had their arm broken because she refused to suck someone. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. 1 year of investigation in. 2 street cops hit her home after hearing some screams. What they found was infuriating. 4 young girls chained to the floor with a bucket of dog food and water. That gave me an idea. I've tracked down whose property was that. Found out it was an old guy. He was an 84-year-old. Knocked into the retirement home. He told us the house was there for rent and that his daughter was taking care of it.
It's been years that she took the place from me. Hope she's keeping it clean.
The old man had no idea. We set up camp near the house. An old van shows up, we see 2 men getting out. They enter the house. 20 minutes in, they come back. One of them on the phone screaming, "The package is gone!" They desperately get on the van and run. We follow. 2 miles of city after, we arrive at another house. Big one. 5 rooms with bathrooms, 3 cars on the garage, big garden, and a big American flag in it. I see her answering the door. I call Sergeant Hills. "I got her, Hills. We need to strike now." She sends back up, and we bust their asses. House fully circled, no exit points. They don't even fight back. Rebecca tries to run just to be surprised by the ambush. Now that we found her, more than 20 people came to tell on her, from victims to witnesses. She will be locked up forever.